Okay guys, in this video, I'm going to go over slope. So what I want you to see is that you're given 2 points, okay? So we have our x1, y1, x2, y2, and then here is the formula for slope. So every time you see an m, that's your slope, okay? So we're just going to do a couple of examples, and hopefully this will help everybody, okay? So let's say we have 2 points. So again, if you go up to the top, again, this one is 0.1. This one is 0.2. And so therefore this one is my x1. This one is y1, and so forth, okay? x2, y2. So I'm going to label it at the top. And it does not matter if I do this one as 0.1 or this one as 0.2. So I'm going to show you guys that the numbers still work out the same. All right, so let's look at our formula. We're going to do y2, which in this case is our -1. And then we have our subtraction symbol. And then our y1 is 3. Okay, I'm also going to put my equal m. Okay, so again, -1 minus 3. Okay, divided by, and then I have -2 minus 4 is my y1. Okay, here we go. So integer rules, right? Change this one to a plus, brought back the negative, add those together, that's -4 divided by, change this one to a plus, brought back the negative, -6. Okay, so this becomes positive 4 over 6, but both of these numbers, all fractions have to be simplified and reduced. They're both divisible by 2. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So our final answer is 2 over 3. And then what is that address? 2 up, 3 to the right. Okay, so we go up first, then we go to the right. All right, so if I plot these 2 points for you, I'm going to do a sketch on the side. So let's say that this is -2, -1, and then we do 4, 3. This is just like a rough sketch. And here's the line that passes through those 2 points. So again, we're trying to figure out, how do I get from here to here? Let me zoom in. Okay. So again, how do I go from this point to this one? So I see that it's a positive slope. So how many jumps is it to go up? Okay, so I would go -1. My next jump would be to go to 0. And then I would jump up 3 jumps, right? Because again, I'm at -1. I'm jumping up to 0. And then there would be 3. So if I think about that, that's 1 jump to 0. 1 plus 3 is 4. So you see, to go up, we go 4. Up, okay? Now that's our rise. Then we're going to run this way. So notice that over here for x, we're at -2. So if I jump from -2 over to 0, that's 2 right here. From here to here is 2. And then look right here, I'm at 0, and I'm going to 4. So then 2 plus 4 is 6. So if you add 2 plus 4, so if we run, we're going to do 6. So I went up 4, and then I'm running over 6 right. And that's the same address that we got here. So that's it. Up 4 over 6. Okay, which is the same as going 2 up, 3 to the right. Okay, so just want to be clear. Let's do another one. So again, you're given 2 points. Let me zoom out. Okay guys, here's the next point. So what if I have 3, -20, and then 5, 8. All right, so again, this one is our x1, y1. This one is x2, y2. Okay? So what we're going to do here is, again, I write my formula, m is equal to. Now remember on the STAR test, you will have a formula sheet, but if you practice this, you will start to memorize this formula, as opposed to just depending on, oh, what was that formula again? Say it aloud, write it. Say it aloud, write it, and it will stay with you in your long-term memory, okay? So we have m is equal to, and in this example, I'm going to list everything. So I have x1 is equal to positive 3. I have that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to list all of my variables, okay? So again, x1 is equal to 3, because again, this is point number 1, and this is the x-coordinate of point number 1. I'm going to write it at the bottom, if that helps anybody. This is point number 2, okay? So my y1 is equal to negative 20. So what you should be thinking about is when you see y1 in the formula, this value, you need to plug in what? Negative 20, because y1 is equal to, y1 is, I like to use that word is for equal signs, y1 is negative 20. x2 is equal to 5, y2 equals or is positive 8. All right, so let's substitute it in. So where the y2 is in the formula, we're going to plug in an 8 minus. For the y1, we said that's negative 20, so I put that negative 20 over. For x2, we have 5 minus, and then for y1, we have 3. And when I see that double minus, I'm going to change it to plus. Okay, so this is a positive 28. So now I have m is equal to 28 divided by 2. And this, when you divide it, is 14. And so that's the address. That I'm going 14 units up and 1 unit to the right. So again, that's how I move from this point to this point. That is, again, I told you, slope is the same as an address. You are taking notes while you're watching this video, okay? Slope is like an address. And so what does that mean? It is how we move from one point to another on the same line. So again, if I'm at that one point, how do I get from here to there? Well, the answer is I move 14 up, 1 to the right. And then I do it again, 14 up, 1 to the right, 14, and I keep going because that line is infinite. All right, let's do another one, and I'm gonna move a little bit quicker. What if they give us these 2 points? Now what I'm gonna do in this problem though, you guys, is I'm gonna call this one point 1, and this one point 2, and then I'm gonna work this again, where this one is point 1 and this one is point 2, just so you can see that it does not matter which point you choose as point 2 or point 1. It doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer for your m. So watch me do this very quickly. So if this one is point 2, then this is my x2, y2. This is x1, y1. The formula says, again, you don't change the formula. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right? So very carefully, ready? y2 is this one, right here. y2 is equal to 2, and I'll list them on the side for you. x2 is 12, x1 is equal to negative 7, and y1 is equal to 5. So I just list them if you want to do that beforehand, and then maybe that helps you to see how to plug them in. Okay, so y2 is 2, minus y1 is 5, x2 is 12, and x1 is again negative 7. So you have that double negative, okay? And then this one I'm going to change to a plus, and I'm bumping it back. Or use your calculator. So the slope is, this is negative 3 over, and then I have 19. So what's the address? 3 down, because the 3 is negative, and then 19 units to the right. And what does that mean again? That's how I move from this point to this point, okay? Now I'm going to do the same problem again, but I'm going to make this one 0.1 and this one 0.2. Okay, so I'm going to write it again, 12 comma 2, negative 7 comma 5, and this one's going to be 0.1, and this one's going to be 0.2. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and now I'm going to put my formula. It stays the same, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so here we go. Ready? y2 is 5 minus y1 is 2 over, and then for x2, it's negative 7 minus, and then my x1 is 12. Okay, so let's see what our math looks like. M equals, well, I know that 5 minus 2 is 3. And then look at this one. Change to a plus. Bump back the negative. See, I get negative 19 here. So now look at our answers. This one is saying we're going to do 3 up, 19 to the left. Okay? But it's the same answer. See how this is negative 3 over 19? And this is 3 over negative 19? That's the same slope. So just again, does not matter if you call this one 0.1, 0.2, or if you call this one 0.2, 0.1, but you have to use the same formula. You have to be very careful how you substitute in your values. Okay? So I'm going to do one more, and you're just going to watch. I'm not going to walk you through it. Just watch what I do. And this is the last problem. Again, this video is about finding slope. I always make this one 0.1 and this one 0.2. Okay? Formula again, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So again, I used to use my fingers. Negative 3 minus negative 12. Negative 3 minus negative 12. 15 minus 6. Okay? So I'm going to change this to plus plus. And then 12 minus 3 is 9 over, and this also, I believe, is 9. Okay, be careful with your signs. So the answer is, slope is 1. Okay, so that ends this video. I hope this was helpful, and I'm going to shoot one on standard form changing into slope intercept.